And now we are going to watch this video from John the King, and this is There Is No Comeback, the story of Dr. Disrespect. Let's see this shit. I think it's gonna be a wild ride. I think it's gonna be a blast because I don't know too much about Doc. He's so good. It's so good. So make sure you grab a drink, whatever, and come back, and let's watch this. Like, this is gonna be fun. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. I used to watch his videos so much. Like, he has such good content. Like, so well done. Let's see if this is a good one as well. Let's see if that's a banger.
In the way the character displays an overwhelming dominance sunk into all of his rituals.
These guys, get him out of here. First game of the day, and this is what I do.
And untouchable in the way that companies, creators, friends, and fans have all been distancing himself from him due to his infidelity and the unknown severity of possible crimes involving a minor. These images of the doc are conflicting in a way no other content creator could experience.
Yeah, the downfall. I think everyone kind of knows the downfall of this guy. So I actually don't know if he still streams or if he got banned on YouTube, because I did see him live on YouTube and he had like 45k views and like that. Like, he had so many viewers. I mean, it was crazy. Everyone were like showing support and all that. But he has been in all kinds of mess. So we'll find out. We'll find out. This is crazy. I like the start already. It's a very nice video. I moved my cam up because I think there's going to be lots of like the streamer view of Doc and so on, so I think it's better for the view. I kind of respected him way back then, but he's very polarizing streamer. He cheated before that too. Yeah, like the cheating scandal where he was like admitting to cheating and like crying on camera, and now the latest PDF allegations, and he basically admitted texting a minor. So wild stuff.
Because the doc is unique. He is a marketing genius that handcrafted his image with purpose. He had aspirations to move further into the traditional media space.
That's just yucky. That's just like disgusting.
That not only welcomed him, but it also celebrated him. And though he was on top of the mountain,
We don't quit! Because we're at the tippity top and we're only halfway up,
due to recent developments, these heights would be impossible to reach. He was dropped by the game studio that he co-founded, the football team that endorsed him, and dropped by the friends he made throughout his career. This is a poison that affects his character-driven persona like no other, and this is a story of how he meticulously built it all up and recklessly tore it all down.
The downfall of Dr. Disrespect. This is gonna be wild. Like, you basically saw the recap, like what had happened, all this shit, you know. I don't know. I should check if he's still streaming on YouTube or not, or if he got banned on YouTube as well. I don't know what he's up to. But when I was watching his YouTube streams after the allegations, like, he still got lots of donations, and he was like, he got so much support by the viewers. It was crazy. I mean, he is 6+ foot king, cat with no faults. Character-wise, but not as human. I mean, I don't know. I never really followed Doc, so I don't know too much about him. So, yeah, I know he plays a character, and it's a very weird character sometimes. Like, he randomly breaks down and cries. It's so weird. It's kind of uncomfortable to watch. I will actually watch this for longer just to support the creator and shit like that. But I'm from Europe, and this is clearly US thing, so there's no use for Rocket Money here. And if you need an app to manage your money, then you're living wrong. That is clearly some US thing, because Europeans usually manage their money a little bit better, not maxing out all the credit cards and stuff like that. So if you need an app like Rocket Money or whatever to make sure that you are not overspending your money, you're doing this wrong.
The origins of the doc was a character that Guy would put on during his matches of Halo 2.
And another thing I have to say about Halo, which, by the way, Halo 2, was it was the first game where you can play somebody, a competitor, compete against somebody, and actually talk trash if you're within the vicinity of the enemy. Boom! That's when it all started. And so, you know, I developed this reputation of talking trash through Halo 2, and I had a team that would follow me around because they just enjoyed, you know, some of the things I would do humorously. I just didn't go around and go, you know, F this, F you. It was more like I got into a character online, and people really started to kind of follow me. In fact, I had my own little clan on Halo 2, which was kind of funny.
This was the core of his character.
You know, this is the shit that happened back in the day. Like, back in the day, it was so easy to become like a YouTuber or a content creator or a streamer because there were not many people or characters and shit like that, and you could do so much more. Like, you were playing a game like Call of Duty or Halo or whatever, and you were like talking shit. Like, he's not the only one. There was this one other, I think it was it Keemstar or someone? I think he was. Like, you basically, your whole personality is to talk shit on a mic, and just trash talk and be toxic AF, and that's your rise to fame. Like, it's so weird. Like, basically, the more toxic you were back in the day, like, the better chances of becoming like a famous streamer or YouTuber were. Like, the crazy stuff, dude. Like, nowadays, you can't even say bad stuff in games, and you get insta-banned. Like, when you play Rainbow Six or whatever, then you basically you just like you get banned, you get reported, you get banned. That's it, you know, gone, off stream, boom. That's it, dude. But crazy. Not anymore. You can't do that, and especially now there's so many streamers out there in gameplay. I mean, players. If we do such gameplay, that it's very difficult to break through. You will need to be like super unique. I haven't got banned. Well, are you talking shit in mic all the time and saying like very offensive things and calling everyone bad names all the time? Is your toxicity on that level? If it's mild, you probably don't get banned. But yeah, like screaming into the mic and telling everyone to get... Yeah, not on that level exactly. That's what I was thinking. Let's see.
People've got to understand. You gotta attack. But don't get him mistaken. Certain individuals you don't attack, you run from. Because what I'm talking about...
I mean, it's a little bit cringe, dude. It's like some, like, the Joker monologue, like, making, like, a video reel for your evil villain kind of character. It's, I understand, it's like building the character and so on, but it's a bit funny to watch. It's a bit cheesy. I mean, his whole character is a bit cheesy, right? Like, whatever he says and does on camera, it's like aimed at those like angry 16-year-old Call of Duty sweats.
You want to use the same run? Okay, that's 4 kills. In fact, let me take your partner's gun, because I hated him.
The doc existed in a space saturated with Call of Duty commentary videos, a space with little innovation as creators choose to blend in rather than challenge what has been seen as a formula of success. In understanding marketing and setting oneself apart, the doc was gifted with the knowledge of how to succeed.
I mean, nowadays you could still do the same thing. You could be super toxic and talk shit like that in Call of Duty, but it's not something that people actually want to watch most of the time. But yeah, nowadays you can't really play Call of Duty like that, talk shit and get views. It's very difficult. Like, watching someone play Call of Duty is not something that is going to work. I've tried. It's only 4 hours stream.
In this one, the doc and Randy face off, with Randy throwing a knife at him.
I mean, this is good. I used to make like films like that myself, actually. Like, I remember having this super old camera with me and my bro. We were just like, it was not even a camera. Was it? Yeah, it was a camera. It was like this kind of soapbox camera, right? And you could film shit like that. And that's what we did as well with the gun. And I would go and like hold the camera and then this plastic gun and like shoot him, and then we'll pause, wait, and then he will like spawn in another place, come out, and I'm again like recording, boom, you know. And then you have like this like indie kind of super indie movie where you just shoot this one guy over and over again. Sometimes he will change hats and shit like that, but it was the same guy, and you know. Good stuff. I don't have any of those tapes like saved anywhere because it was not our camera, so we will take those videos, watch them and then we had to delete it, so we didn't have that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what we used to do. This very, very amateur kind of movie, like this is done, you know. I mean, that's the early YouTube, like in a nutshell, basically. That's what I miss about old YouTube. All those kind of like clips and videos of this like homemade like they were like silly AF. Now everyone and everything has to be like super high production, so not many people are making those very scuffed videos anymore, which is a shame.
The doc also experimented with videos that had no commentary and only gameplay. These were possibly the lowest viewed on his channel. By April 2010, just 4 months after the launch of his channel, he already had over 5,000 subscribers.
I mean, if I will make a Call of Duty video with like no commentary, just raw gameplay, that would get 5 views, and that's about it. That's it. You know what I mean? I would not get more views. Maybe 20 views. Even though I have like 333 subscribers, I will still get 5 views. Because no one gives about that kind of stuff anymore. It's impossible with videos like get like 3,000 views with just no commentary, no nothing. There are some YouTubers who are doing that with story-based games, like walkthroughs, so they have their own kind of public, but like raw gameplay, I don't see that getting any views.
Despite this dedication to the character, Guy was not always in character.
This player wears his special edition Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles when he plays.
Bro, just have another cut. I know it might be your character or whatever, but when the spit is falling off your chin, then maybe it's time for a recut. It looks pretty nasty. It's cringe as well, because even if you're like Rambo or whatever, if you are the most badass character ever imaginable, like if you talk the way that only spit flies away, it's just like, it's funny and it's cringe, and it reduces your badassery. You're no longer as badass, you know what I mean? Yeah, not sure what the spit thing was all about. He did it a lot. Yeah, like I've seen him do it a lot. It's there's nothing nice about watching someone spit when they talk. There's nothing nice about that. It's disgusting, right? It's gross. It's not fun. It is not cute. There's nothing nice about that. Spit? Look at this shit. Like, he talks and he spits all the time.
And you're probably thinking, well, why would he do that, Doctor?
It's a dripping. How would they use a
I
napkin?
would too if I played until 5 a.m. on a
Drooling all over my
floor, man. Jesus Christ.
By September, he had jumped to 29,000 subscribers and was slated to begin earning money outside of sponsorships. There was just one issue.
I'm asking all of you if you could do the doctor a favor and click anywhere on this video. Once that happens, it will take you to my application for the Premier Director position with Machinima Respawn. Once you get to that video, the doctor wants you to leave a comment. Positive comments are preferable.
This archaic selection process was the best a 2010 Machinima could muster.
I mean, the way like they're reeling people in like that with those requests, it's so weird to me. It's so cringe. Like, hey, you have to sign up for my secret page. I can't reveal the secrets it holds. However, if you do, make sure you do that. You follow, you click a like. Make sure you have some positive things to say. It's like those call to action things. I mean, obviously it was effective, but it's also very cringe. Like, you have this character and all this going on, and you just basically like asking your viewers, or like, I don't know who's watching you, maybe like some like kids are watching your like it's the same thing like with Mr. Beast. You're doing those call to action things, and it's like, make sure you follow me there, and also if you do so, that we will prevail, you know? And they're like doing this shit, like, so you're like basically trying to train an army. It's like what corporations do. Like, they give you the company name and then with this cute ending, you know? So whatever company it is, I don't have a good example right now to take. But you know, like, who knows, you know? Like this like title, so you're like part of a of an army or something like that. Some cringe like that. So all this like cult kind of feel and vibe, you know, join our cause and clan or whatever. Be part of us, you know. It's like it's a little bit weird to me. It's a bit like it's cringe. Basically, the call to actions, like first they are just like things you have to do for free, and then there's like now you have to pay, and now there's like a, you know, some paywalls and like that. Support the cause, support, like give me money so I will do like longer streams, more streams, get better equipment. If you want me to do more content, then, you know, whatever. Pay me money. Send me money all the time. So all about send me money.
The doc was running against creators Mr. Phantasmo and Mr. Dunkus. Ultimately, the victory went to the doc, who, while celebrating in this feat, made it a point to reach out to them in kindness and out of character.
Mr. Phantasmo.
Hey, what's going on? I thought I'd break out of my character and kind of shoot you more of a personal message. You know, obviously, with a character such as the Doctor character, you know, who's kind of portrayed as the villain of the community.
I think it was so funny. Like, if someone would call me with a voice like that, I will not pick up. I will not listen to that voice message. It's just so creepy and so weird as well, like so cheesy. It's funny. Like, I'm not hating on like his whole persona. I'm just commenting on it basically, because like it can be funny, and when it's more like in the action of that, it makes more sense. But it's just listening to fragments of this is just a little bit funny. Like the second he started talking with his like own normal voice, it was like, oh okay, like he has a normal voice as well, but doing this kind of weird phone voice like that, like this deep voice, it's just funny. It's just weird.
It was clear he had aspirations to enter the game design space to some capacity, and this was just a project to demonstrate the successful applications of his knowledge. Add to that, he continued to expand his resume, with videos like the character Randy starring in his own gameplay video, or a series where the doc commented on footage sent in by other players which lacked in the charm and viewership of his own gameplay. But as momentous as 2010 was from his debut to partnering with Machinima in 2011 after announcing Premiere Director Day for Machinima and posting a few videos on the newly released Call of Duty Black Ops, he disappeared, likely to one of Machinima's many channels that are now lost as the company is now defunct.
Yeah, I think the Machinima era was actually very, very interesting. There was like so many cool videos, and it was like a very cool platform that actually managed to get lots of creators and expand on them. And it was actually a very cool era for that time. And I remember watching all of those Machinima videos myself. I didn't actually know the creator of those videos, but I knew Machinima, so I was watching a lot of that kind of stuff. The only bad thing about Machinima was that they treated their people very, 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 very bad. Like the creators they had, they usually like mistreated them like heavily. When it came to monetization and all that, they had some like disgusting contracts. It was crazy, and that's like, I think that's one reason why Machinima actually died off. Also, the format died off as well because they were using like some small YouTubers to get their videos on their platform, and they also used and got like I think like creators from other countries to use their platform because like many countries back in the day couldn't be monetized on YouTube on their own. So you had to use like external party to basically get monetized. So that's one of those things, because like in Estonia, for example, you couldn't like I think even 10 years ago you couldn't be monetized on YouTube. You had to find like some external party that basically did the contract for you and whatever. It was a shit show because you couldn't do it like you could do it now. Same thing with, I think even with Twitch, I don't remember with Twitch, but on YouTube I tried to monetize my own videos, because back then I actually had lots of viewers on my videos, even though they were trash. But yeah, I was heavily looking into monetization on YouTube, because some of my trash videos got like 50k views, 100k views, such stuff like that. So I was actually looking into monetization as well. I always wanted to make YouTube videos, even as like a kid. I used to make those like basically like films inside games, like a Gmod and so on. So yeah, I think Machinima was actually a very cool platform, but yeah, they were actually pretty disgusting with their contracts as well. So that was the downfall. Love Machinima, the Guild, Chase Hall show. I don't know those.
Plays Call of Duty.
I mean, that's a pretty wild event. Holy shit. You have like some heavy hard rock metal kind of band, and then you're like, you have those nerds just cheering for it. Like, holy shit, dude.
If the dog could play this role so well, what else could and would he do? The answer is not much. Besides calling out Optic in a video in 2013, he once again disappeared because his plan worked. Even though he reached such tremendous heights, this was always a resume builder for Guy, who still wanted to be involved in game design, and being that he did continuous direct and indirect promotion of Call of Duty, he secured a position at Sledgehammer Games developing the maps for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Also actually was part of like creating some of the maps and stuff. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a great success.
I designed half the maps for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Too bad it was one of the worst Call of Duty games.
Guy was offered a position, but he would have to move. But he was also offered a space at Boom TV, a new company that sought to enter the growing gaming environment, not through game development, but through creator marketing and helping run things like tournaments or develop tools to assist audience members to get.
I mean, that's also a very nice place to work when you have access to so many platforms to grow your audience, and I think that's also a very smart move. But that's like the US thing, like you have so many opportunities. I think like all the US streamers, like they have like this event and that event, and they have like more platforms where you can climb. I don't think there's that many platforms in Europe where you can actually like expand your like viewer base and so on. Like there are not too many events going on, or like gaming events, and even if you had, they're like, let's say there's some like in Germany, they're like German based, but like in the US all the platforms are like in English, so you can like basically just push your shit to like English viewing viewers, like we all do, right? So I think it's cool that there are so many platforms in the US where you can just climb and like do like contracts and so on. Also with game development, like here it's very difficult to get like a game development related job at all. If I wanted to work at Blizzard or Activision, that will never happen because they need to be on site, so that will never happen. Or like work in like game design field, like with Sledgehammer Games or whatever, like that's never gonna happen because there's just no way. You need to be on site usually, and that's about it. That's it. You either need to move or you don't have the platform to do that.
Doc, once again relying on the guidance of others, through his wife's decision, followed his passion, and was on a path to work with creators in this space with the unique position of once being one. But that was only half of it. The aspect of following his passion was in.
That was a very weird clip. This CGI thing, I think that's very cool. There's lots of work put into the CGI. I think that's very cool.
Equipped with newfound knowledge and passion, he again, like when he entered the Call of Duty commentary space, had an edge on his competition.
We're here permanently, and we're not leaving. So let's come together.
Well, this didn't age very well, right?
Reunite, and let's dominate the year 2016.
Always with the spit. Holy shit, cringe.
The Doc was going to stream for the first time, but what does a Dr. Disrespect stream look like? It looks like this.
Well, this looks pretty bad, right? I mean, he's like starting again, but this looks shit. Like, nowadays, I don't know if he will get any views. Like, I've played Call of Duty with this emotion and face. I get no views.
Nice glitchy.
It's boring.
The Doc ended up winning the game, but his stream, his attitude, was all set up in a way that tried to replicate what his YouTube videos were. From the Call of Duty deathmatch gameplay to the music, the stark difference was his silence. as the doc with his YouTube videos would first record the gameplay in silence, then layer the commentary over his videos, and he was not very experienced with live commentary.
I mean, that's one way to do that, but imagine watching your own video, like, it's like you stream for 4 hours, you play like 4 hours of PUBG or Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, and then you have to watch that shit and try to comment something. I couldn't do it. It's like, it requires too much work. Also, I don't see the quality of that, like, to be that genuine as well. I think it's gonna be whatever.
But as he was exposed to a larger audience and guided by what they reacted well to, he started dropping the whispery, mysterious voice to one that is easier on him, and one that is more rambunctious, that works better with a live audience, because whenever he would get a win, instead of taking humbly in a more serious sense, he could celebrate with a more active persona as well as respond to his audience with the same energy. It was this transition overall of refining the character that was heavily noticeable at the time.
With those videos, it's always very interesting to see the transition and the upgrades and the development of the character or the persona. Like, we see him like 10 years ago doing this, like, just applying the clown makeup, basically, you know, having some very cheap ass sunglasses, very ugly shit, like, very, very bare bones. And then just like upgrading and getting better and that stuff. I think it's always very nice to see. It's very cool to see like the characters being developed. Like even for myself, you know, this is like the 4th location where I've been streaming. You know, always upgrading, always shit is changing. You know, I've been streaming for like 3 years now or 4 years now. I don't even know. Pretty a long time now, in my opinion. Some may disagree and say it's not a long time, but I don't care.
In the latter half of 2016, the doc was hitting his stride. This is when he got into H1Z1, a battle royale style game, and when he started to wear his iconic.
I remember H1, whatever this is. It was a shit game.
Everything the doc was color coded in this way, from his green screen bedroom to his doc casting station. His achievements were very tangible.
So the winner is...
Good hammer.
Dr. Disrespect!
Oh, a suit. That's new.
But I gotta appreciate Nurse Disrespect over there. Standing over there. She's somewhere over there. Looking so damn good.
Can't even see with those f***ing shades. Can't even see. Somewhere over there. You know, you can't, like, it's always like, it's funny to me. Like, even like him playing games with shades on, it's like self-torture in a way. Imagine you play or stream like 4 hours, 8 hours, or like 12 hours, whatever. It doesn't matter how long. And you keep wearing shades. And everything is like, you know, darker for you. Like, how high is your brightness? It's so uncomfortable. Like, I could wear shades as well and you know, be cool. But it's like, I always think that having shades part of your costume is not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Because it's just uncomfortable. I've seen people in clubs with shades on. It's weird. It is weird. It's so stupid. Like, it's already dark, and now it's even darker. Like, I can understand why some performance, like when singers and like, you know, when you're in a band, why some people wear shades because of the lights are very bright, and you know, you have like 5 spotlights on you. So wearing shades can be like for that reason, especially when you have sensitive eyes and stuff like that. But wearing shades in a club that is usually pretty dark, or like a event like this, it's sad when your style has shades in it and you can't take them off, because it's very unpleasant to wear shades all the time. And I like wearing shades, right? But it's unpleasant. It's very unpleasant.
This is Burger at another creator's house. Without the creator's knowledge,
What's
Burger
up,
helped himself to his food and made a meal, only to be confronted while making and consuming it. And on October 20th, 2017, at the new height of the Doc's success, Burger and the Doc crossed paths. Fittingly, Burger Planet was streaming.
It's so funny to see those creators who have all this makeup, all those masks on, and you see them unmasked. I think like also having such like different persona or character that you keep playing with those wigs and shit like that, I think it's very, very stressful because you need to always like worry about your looks as well and keeping the mask on. I think it's very stressful.
Burger's existence in the space becomes too great, and before getting kicked out of a Discord event, make sure to finish his free beer.
What a guy. Just comes in, shows the camera into people's face, gets a free beer, and gets the hell away. What a guy. Imagine your nickname is Burger. Holy shit.
Burger becomes too much and then gets barred from streaming even outside of the event.
Are you a smoker?
What, weed or? Brother, I gotta ask you to cut the stream, man.
About what?
Because I just hear that you're out here making people uncomfortable, man.
I'm just talking to him. Was I making you uncomfortable?
I didn't feel uncomfortable.
No, dude. What is happening is I have like 500 people.
You know things are bad or the event is bad when some Discord mods approach you and tell you to do something. Damn, I will never want to be in a place where Discord mods are going to tell me what to do. Like, the lowest of the lowest rank in life is to be a Reddit mod or Discord mod if you don't have anything else going on. Like, it's okay to be a moderator, but like, being like an active, like full hardcore mod somewhere and taking it so seriously, it's just cringe, man.
From here, for about an hour, Burger finds a different group of people. But he again becomes too much, where they start to be uninteractive with him. Yet he follows the group anyway.
You're fucking moving me? Obviously. Are you the boss?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't we go to the top of that thing earlier?
Dude, you fucking should. It's a cool view.
I should go by myself?
Okay, I can see why this guy is getting like kicked out everywhere because he's just becoming annoying and like, well, if someone shows a camera in your face, I mean that's just rude, right? And it's uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly. This man is uncomfortable. It's just creepy. You wouldn't want people to film you like that. So I get the situation, right? Don't get me wrong, I get that situation. I'm just playing, you know.
It's kind of rude. I thought we were best friends, though.
We just met you, dude.
I mean, like, I'm Burger Planet. We got like 800 people watching you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys being sketch. You all try to leave me.
Damn, that's sad.
After a bit of streaming, Burger is confronted by Omega.
That's a fucking neckbeard if I've ever seen one.
Hey, why haven't you said that you're gonna quit streaming?
Yeah, because
that was a lie, right? That was a total fucking lie.
Who is coughing like that, bro? Who is coughing like he coughs like a 4-year-old? Holy shit. He's like a big toddler, just being super annoying, showing a camera into everyone's face, being very, very annoying. Damn, Burger, I understand now why you got kicked off. Damn, dude. What does this guy have to do with Dr. Disrespect, though? First of all, he was filming him, revealing his like full no makeup in identity, and I'm pretty sure we get into this.
Well, just for viewers?
No, I've done that before as a joke in my Discord.
This is
Omega is not a creator necessarily, but is attached to a creator. He is a mod of Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, oh shit! There you go. Damn, dude. Yeah, I hope I never have mods that are going to stalk me. That would be messed up, bro.
After about a minute of their conversation, Dr. Disrespect, outside of his persona or just Guy Beam, is seen tapping Omega on the shoulder, which is when he begins following him and Burger begins following Omega. But now with alcohol in proximity and Guy just outside of frame, the chaos begins to unfold.
Can I get some too? Let me get a little something over here. Can I get some of that? You don't get to grab it. Can you grab it for me? Oh, yeah. Sure.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
This is like, damn, dude. This is like the lowest behavior you can imagine. Like, you're being annoying. You like, I understand he has like a tacky situation of being a bum or homeless. You just drink someone else's drink. I mean, first of all, it's very unhygienic. Second of all, maybe you are going to catch herpes or some other disease because you don't know who has drank from that glass. That's not a good idea. It's pretty yucky. Also, you don't know how people drink. Maybe they like spit their drink back in the drink. You know, you don't know. Maybe they, you know, yeah, maybe there's some drugs in it. Maybe you don't know what's in that. Maybe there's not even that drink. Maybe there's some other kind of liquid you don't want to imagine. So disgusting. It's like the bums like was smoking the dots of cigarettes. Maybe it was water all along.
Guy, instead of pushing Burger away, allows him to finish his spent drink, and is open to being on stream.
That guy right behind the tall guy, that's Dr. Disrespect.
No way. Dr. Disrespect right here?
let the guy just like enjoy his drink, bro. It's so like he's visibly uncomfortable. You can see like his whole posture is so like at least so far he has been nice with this dude. Like I mean he's his mode as well, but like still like he has been nice. Like oh you got like 700 viewers. All right. You know, just it's soft, right?
Burger, now gravitating towards who was revealed to be Dr. Disrespect, makes it a priority to film him. But then Guy is seen talking to a woman where Burger holds a shot for a couple seconds before getting more alcohol. Burger then moves to a different group. Then about 5 minutes pass and he goes back to Guy's group, where he is confronted by Jericho once again.
This guy has a vibe, and not a good one. Not a good one. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a good vibe. It's like very uncomfortable vibe. And obviously one thing is the camera, but like, you know, yeah, like patting you and like touching you and trying to get all close, like being like all this like too friendly. It's very, very uncomfortable. Very, very, very rude as well. Damn.
Burger talks to Guy off camera, where the woman Guy was talking to is also holding a separate conversation.
What are you doing tomorrow though? What's your day like gonna be like? You got like a fan meet and greet thing?
Okay, okay. Cray sounds right. Have this just summer.
The woman's online handle at that moment was revealed to be Cray Sounds and Burger Planet Stream, a highly relevant name.
Alright.
As for Burger, he continued to try to win over Guy.
Do you live around LA? I'm in LA if you want to collab on some stuff. I do stuff up there at Citizens Brigade, and I've been a writer since 2007 for MTV and a lot of other stuff. And I'm doing my own stuff.
Alright.
If you want to collab on stuff, I can do a lot of different character voices. Like,
bro, like this is the worst, you know? Like I don't know what is the success rate of this shit working like ever, but if you will approach someone in a situation like that, like when you're basically like fanboying, and you like, hey, let's collab after you're like, you don't really hold too much credit in regarding of anything, you know? No one knows you. You have been annoying the whole night, and you're like being a fanboy. No one really wants that kind of like partnership. Like it doesn't matter what. You're not going to get a job, is what I mean. Because when you approach people when they're just having fun, like right now in this situation, like Dr. Disrespect is like just hanging out somewhere. You know, it's an event, and he's not looking for business opportunities at that point. Like, if you want to become business buddies with someone, you will like first need to establish like a friendship, or like you know, you will need to get to know that person, and you will need to build this kind of relationship, and you will need to have something to offer, not just like, hey, I can do voices. Like, I mean, many people can do voices, right? So there needs to be something more specific, like you can solve a problem essentially. That's what they all do. So networking is all about like solving problems. So it's like if you go and approach someone and say, hey, I can do voices and shit like that, I'm a good actor or whatever, it's like, all right, if you're so good, then why don't you start your own shit, right? Why don't you do your own thing, and maybe in the future we can collab, right? If you're actually worth collabing with. Because if you can just be funny and do voices, I mean, many people can be funny, right? Even I can be funny sometimes, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna be collabing with some very high-end streamers, right? So that's not how it works. You can only collab when you have something specific to offer, but no one actually wants to hear your proposal when they're having a drink or going to a party or an event, because they're not like the mindset is not there. They just want to have fun, you know. They don't want to deal with your shit.
Guy had reached his breaking point. 2 minutes later, Burger breaks down in tears.
It's like nobody fucking likes me.
Holy shit, this all this happened so fast. Oh my god. He went like, alright, I'm gonna go away. And then he go, no one wants to talk with me. I mean, if he didn't show the camera to everyone's face, there were plenty of people were like willing to talk with him, but they don't want to be recorded and filmed because you can't really open up or talk about some random stuff. It's such a weird behavior, bro.
All of my life, for the last 3 months.
No one likes you. I mean, it's because you're being annoying and like you act like a kid.
They've been telling me to myself.
As Burger bounces.
Well, I like you should never tell someone to go and end themselves, right? You should never do that. That's just like inappropriate. You should never tell someone to go like end their lives and shit like that. You should never do that. But if you're being annoying, be expected to be told off, right? And like right now, he's at fault 100%. Like he already got the chance to actually meet with respect. He's being the fanboy. He got the meet and greet. Dr. Disrespect was actually in this situation very respectful. Hung out, exchanged some words, had like a very small like chit chat like that. All good. Allowed him to even record for a bit and was like, hey, what's up, chat? 700 viewers. All right, hell yeah, brother. You're doing good. Cool shit. All right. You cooking? All right, cool. That's fine. But like this guy just doesn't end the stream. He's just going on and on about this. Like when I first saw this clip of this guy, I was like, oh. Like he's being like everyone's being rude to him, and I was like, okay, that's rude, but like now I understand the situation better, so it's all deserved.
But as it brought more and more eyes and all of the interactions with Guy were analyzed, so was the woman he was with. This woman, Craze Sounds, in January of 2017, responding to who was presumably her husband petitioning the doc to have sex with his wife, stated, quote, "At Dr. Disrespect, please, hello, I'm here." Unquote. Whether it was analysis of the stream or any other theory, Guy,
that's just cringe.
Not the doc, but just as himself, on December 14, 2017, went on stream.
Oh, okay. So, I think I misunderstood. So he got caught, I think? Yeah? I remember this story. Basically, he basically now exposes himself or like reveals that he has been doing some naughty.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. And I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful and stupid mistakes, man. I'm gonna take time off to focus on my family, and so I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not who I am. It's
you can see the chat here, like everyone is like so supportive of this. Everyone is like, oh rock on, brother. What happened? Like you just heard what happened. Like everyone is like, oh no, I feel so small, whatever, And the more this story is progressing, the worse it's gonna get. You know what I mean? Because this is like one of the mistakes, and in the end, all this like PDF drama, all this stuff is also going to be exposed. These allegations, and basically it's not even an allegation. He actually just confirmed that himself, that he texted to a minor. Like why should you do that at all in the first place? Who is that? People don't even recognize who's that. So when you play a game like Hitman and you're like, how did they not see through my disguise? There are people like that. Doc is just wearing a cap and no sunglasses, and everyone is like, who is that? Who is this guy? If a minor sends you a message, you ignore it. Yeah, I mean, if you should never enter this kind of conversation with a minor. You should like always be very careful when you are Like, but when you're ever like communicating with someone who is minor, you should always like keep your distance heavily, and especially when you're like a superstar or something like that. You know, when you're famous and people like wanna like talk with you. Yeah, when you see that it's like going that way, you should never respond. You should ignore them. Well, if you know they are minor, you should basically cut it off right away. It depends like what is being like asked of you or talk to you, because you know when you have a Discord server as well, like the random people messaging you, you never know like what they want or what they do. So you should be very careful when you like even read a message. When you see that there's some hint of like it could go wrong or there's like weird messages, you should just never respond, never like give any feel to this, never talk about like with minors like that. And it's not about like Dr. Disrespect didn't get into trouble for just answering some basic questions or like exchanging messages. The problem was it was a minor and the texts were like had some like sexual undertone in them. That's why it was bad. Obviously, I don't know why he did that at all. I don't know why. It's just crazy. It's just wild that someone can ruin everything so easily, so fast by just doing something like that. You know, the way this like epidemic of like those PDFs just popping up, it's just so disgusting. You know, it all started like with the Mr. Beast company drama. Then there was Dr. Disrespect and probably a few others as well. Like basically there was a time or like point where basically every other YouTuber that you knew were actually being freaky with minors and texting underage people. It's so disgusting. How can you do that?
There was also speculation on the unknown length of his hiatus. While some viewers were in turmoil, Burger was celebrating.
Oh my god, this was like this caught me off guard. Damn. This guy's then celebrating. Everything is so weird and sketchy when it comes with people in power just using other people. It's crazy. It's so disgusting. I don't want to get into that because the number of YouTubers who have like abused their fan base and like got freaky with them or tried to get freaky with them. It's so disgusting. It's another topic. It's another like we could be here for a long time discussing how disgusting that is, right? It's oh my god, it's
Hey Doc, I heard about your little two-time situation.
To be honest, when Dr. Disrespect kept saying like he's the champion of two-time, I was exactly thinking of this situation. I don't know why he's using this term.
Not good. Well, if you need a place to crash while your wife kicks you out and takes half of everything you own, you can move in with me in the mansion.
What a supporting fan. What a supporting fan.
No one knew the depths of Guy's
oh shit.
Doc has been unfaithful with. Don't share this because I have an account for everyone that's in this fucking room right now. Doc has been unfaithful with at least 4 girls on his wife.
The disrespect is real. I mean, this is a funny dude. Like he says, and don't tell anyone while recording his stream. Is that a joke? I guess it was.
That was Omega, Doc's mod that Burger Andy was talking to at the bar, who on his own livestream leaked not only were there 4 women, but also this has possibly been going on for 2 years or since 2015.
You know, that's always the most disgusting thing about those apologies as well. Like Doc said, oh, I messed up. Like you messed up once, but you've been messing up like for 2 years for many, in many different situations with many different people. It's not a slip up. Like you can't even allow one slip up, but you make it seem like it was just one time thing, you know. But like, you know, more people like extended period of time. I mean, you know, that's what they always say. It's like, oh, I made a mistake. I mean, you made many mistakes over that time. You know what I mean? Crazy. That's what they always say. Like when they get caught, it's like, oh, I made a mistake. But you've been like doing this for a very, very, very long time. Now you just like messed up. You got caught. People who need to do apologies for shit like this should seriously just get off the internet forever. I think that will be for the best for those people. Instead of apology, you should just never upload again. Also, I think you should fix your own stuff. Like when you have some troubles in your family like that, you shouldn't really discuss that like with your viewers and with your people. I think that's like your own business, really, to be honest. Like washing your own laundry online is also, why are you doing this? It also doesn't make sense. Why are you doing this?
This was not even the worst of it.
I have seen text messages from his wife to other women calling them whores and being extremely upset with them.
That is insane. I never knew this in details, but now I'm finding out. I never knew this in details. I've seen this video before, like him crying on the camera. But I didn't know there were like multiple people, all this drama exposed. Like, damn, I didn't know the details. But that's pretty yucky. But also being angry at the other parties, like the wife being angry at the woman, like makes little sense. Because are they at fault? No, not really. Because like Mr. Doctor Disrespect is doing the deed, right? Like he's doing this, right? He has like he knows he has a wife and kids, and he made the decision to do that. So it doesn't really make sense to write nasty messages to the people he did it with. What is it nice to do that? No, but maybe they didn't even know, or like maybe they didn't care. We don't know. Maybe Disrespect said, "Hey, you know, it's all over. You know, there's nothing going on. You know, whatever." We don't know what he said, but the point is, whatever he said or did is like he chose to do it. Yeah. There's so many questions like they could know, didn't care. Like, you know, it's your responsibility in the end of the day. Like you don't need to take account of what other people has going on. Like in that regard, you don't need to think about that too much, I think, because in the end of the day, in this situation, Doc knew that he has a wife and kids, so it's his choice if he is doing something with other people or not, and he shouldn't do, right? So only he is to blame.
His absence lasted for over a month and entered into 2018, and then finally, on January 19th, he broke his silence.
And we formed a new club. I call it the Champions Club.
So that's how you be a champion, yeah? Like you are seeing how many other people you can cheat your wife with, and then you make the Champions Club. You start with 100 people, the Battle Royale starts, and if you make it to the top 1, you are going to be the champion, like in the Apex Legends. Hell yeah, brother. The Champions Club. Holy shit, dude.
Doc 2.0.
Oh, 2.0 already? Shit, like how many times have you messed up?
This tweet ends with the date February 5th, and as seen in the video, the Doc was still with his wife. And he did come back on February 5th to his most viewed stream by a significant margin. It peaked at 363,000 viewers. The following streams, while not as bombastic, still retained impressive viewership. He was now dedicating himself to his stream schedule, continued to develop bits like his RoboDoc model, his wife continued to be interactive on stream and primarily bringing in food, and there was more development to his bits and a new model only exposes that the prior one was imperfect. And the Doc's largest imperfection at this time was his infidelity, as it was still affecting him, as viewers quickly realized.
GGSNSD, thank you for the $10. It's knock knock, who's there? The Doc went into another woman. Thank
Damn, dude, he got played.
Get Punk, welcome, Son of Kong. Thank you for the $8. Says, hey Doc, thanks for being an inspiration. You have inspired me to live life the way I want to. Thank you. I have been with 4 different women in the last month. The wife's not happy, but what can I say? Keep being it. All right, thank you for the $8.
Yeah, this went on for a while, and you know, I even remember seeing some clips in the past about this. This shit was funny. I have never watched him live really, except for now after his latest situation, and now you get some like PDF jokes there.
As dedicated to achieving this next step as the doc was, his viewers, particularly the disturbed ones, had their own plans.
Ah, man! Just not finishing.
Welcome to Champions Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta fucking end the broadcast right now. Someone shot at our house, broke the fucking upstairs window. This is the second shot. Someone shot yesterday at our fucking house.
I mean, that is never okay. Like, no matter how much you hate someone, you shouldn't like shoot at their windows. Life in America, yeah, it seems so crazy. This is so disturbing. Imagine, like, this is the worst. Like, first thing, you're like, that's a problem if everyone has a gun.
According to the San Diego Union Tribune, quote, investigators later determined a BB gun was used in the shootings, and suspect those responsible may have fired from a nearby park, Lieutenant Amber Baggs said, unquote. Following this event, there were no more acts of violence against the doc, at least not public or to this degree.
This is like, those are the news headlines. Dr. Disrespect shot at during live Twitch stream. Like, this is from peak clickbait. He didn't get shot at, the house did.
Even though there were hiccups, like a short Twitch ban for filming in a bathroom.
Why would you ever bring a camera to your bathroom? Like, ever? What is this? Are you bored? Like, why would you ever bring a camera to a toilet? It doesn't matter. Like, I know he didn't like go to like women's toilet, but like to any toilet, why would you bring a camera? Like, imagine you taking a piss and Dr. Disrespect walks in and just starts like filming.
Everyone has a dream, a purpose in life. I'm at the tippity top of the mountain, but I'm only halfway up. I'm in peak condition.
He's always halfway up. It doesn't matter where he is. He's always halfway up. He will never reach the end. I think he did now, but...
And I'm not even in shape.
That was from a video announcing the doc's contract with Twitch. The next step up was practically in reach. Even so, the doc was playing with less brand-friendly imagery.
I bought a whole bunch of shungite rocks. Do you know what shungite is? Anybody know what shungite is? It's a 2 billion year old like rock stone.
Right.
That protects against frequencies and unwanted frequencies that may be traveling in the air.
If that was the case, you wouldn't have Wi-Fi. So you don't really want that stone in your house.
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from?
It is always funny to me when the actors start bullshitting about some like very philosophical topics. It's always like Looney Tunes. It's super crazy. It makes no sense. And they are doing this publicly as well. It's very cringe. They read one sentence from like some random book and they think they're like the greatest of them all. But this guy is talking some nonsense. It makes no sense. It is okay when you just like want to feel that something has like an aura or something. It just means a lot to you. I mean, I understand that. It's nice, but it can be anything you want. Maybe it's a rock, you know? You just like a rock and maybe you just like to feel and believe, you know? But when you start to say that, hey, we are all spending energy and energy is like infinite, and we are infinite, but we are here, well, we are not here. But actually, when we are going, we are coming. You start like talk about some like that. It's like, why are you saying this stuff? You're an actor. There are many people that are looking up to you, and you're just saying, why?
The doc in 2020, with the pandemic in full swing, was seeming more sincere with some beliefs. In this stream, he notably mentions conspiracy theorist David Icke.
David Icke. Yes, Alex. Yes.
When you have a platform to say something, then you shouldn't discuss politics unless it's in a very neutral way, just analyzing stuff. And you shouldn't, like, when it comes to healthcare, you should just shut up when it comes to healthcare. Because I think healthcare is very, very important. I, myself, upcoming nurse. You know, I have all the books. I have all the books. You know, I like medicine. It's very interesting. It's very important to give high quality information regarding that. So if someone comes to you and says that, hey, I'm feeling hurt or I feel sick, what you have to tell them? You have to say, go see a doctor. That's about it. You are not going to tell your chat, your people, your cult, your community, your whatever. You're not going to tell them that, hey, you should now stop eating meat or sugar or whatever. And now you should only live off air. Because sun and air is all you need to live. You know what I mean? You shouldn't give any suggestions because you don't know how that person works. They could be intolerant or have allergies or whatever, you know? You don't know how their system works, so you shouldn't give this broad advice, basically. Okay, I will only live on on sun and air instead. You see, and then your fan base is going to, or well, not fan base in this case or in my case, but the people who are watching your stream are going to maybe follow your advice and then they are going to damage themselves. That's about it. Your devoted cult members are going to do as you say. And that's the bad thing. And when you have lots of followers, then they also are going to do the same thing. And you may cause people's death. So when the COVID hit, there were many people who said you shouldn't do any of the, you know, injections or vaccines. You shouldn't do any vaccines. And what happened? Many people died because they didn't do it. Because some dumb people said that you shouldn't do that. It's everyone's own free will to do the vaccine if they want to do that, because obviously every vaccine also has risks and you need to be informed regarding the risks. I'm not saying that you should do the vaccine, but you should know your own, you know, your own body and your own mind and your own, you know, willingness, and you should read about the risks, and then you are determining this based on like the potential benefits and the potential risks. So then you make the decision, and if you want, you do the vax, and if you don't want to do the vax, then you don't do the vax, right? Like, and if you have a platform, you shouldn't tell people that, hey, if you do the vax, you're gonna die. And also, you shouldn't say that if you don't do the vax, then you're also gonna die. You know what I mean? With topics like that, these are very, very delicate topics. So, you know, it's also better and easier to just not say anything about that. If it's very controversial, it makes no sense to talk about that. Also, regarding this alternative medicine, don't do alternative medicine. It's fake. It doesn't work. So when you're sick, you should go to the hospital, right? You know, just the FYI to anyone watching this stream. If you feel sick, you should go to the hospital. Easy as that. You shouldn't try to cure yourself with rocks.
Yeah, like I said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah, we'll get through this Champions Club. I know it's a tough.
Because I don't know this one.
It's a tough one.
Life's weird right now.
Oh
Well,
it did.
Are those the people playing Roblox? That's why I never played Roblox. That's the reason why I never played Roblox in my life. When I was teaching game development, I only installed Roblox once to playtest people's games. But I never played Roblox just because of this. I don't like to play with kids.
how do I wake up here? I need to wake up. Like, someone make me laugh. Someone give me like fire.
I mean, I would be as disappointed as disrespect when I was like if I would play Roblox. The he saw there was worse than any Call of Duty lobby ever.
Unknown to the public, the reason for this ban is sourced all the way back to 2017 and prior. It is sourced not so much from his infidelity, but because of something known as the Twitch Whispers, a private messaging feature through Twitch. At least private to an extent.
Now
what
we're
Twitch
getting
found
into
was
this.
that the doc was messaging a minor and the messages leaned inappropriate and likely illegal.
Now we're getting to the reason why he finally got banned. Like the final ban of Twitch. Texting the minor, we are messaging them on Twitch. Yeah, using the whispers. Like I didn't even know whispers text exists at all. Yeah, like Twitch with the strict guidelines is a hit and miss, right? Because it's like Twitch does whatever they want. They sometimes ban people for like the smallest things ever, and then they let some people say the most vile shit that they want, do the most vile shit that they want, and no one gets banned. No one cares.
Wherever he went, this tweet and/or just a claim of knowing why the doc was banned was sure to follow him. Also being discussed were theories around what the doc's next move could be. The doc, through this tweet, reaffirmed that he would be coming back.
You can never take away the power of my soul.
In August, viewers found that the doc had activated the membership option on his YouTube. It was only a few days later that the doc was officially back streaming on YouTube.
It's always like when the streamers get banned and they do some wild shit. Like, they try to crawl back through like alternative sources and like wiggle their way back, you know what I mean? And it never works out. It never works out. Try any YouTuber, it never works out.
This stream opened to a whopping 320,000 live concurrent viewers, and played about 5 minutes of footage hyping up.
Yo, that's a big number.
His return. By the time the stream had transitioned to him addressing his audience, another 100,000 people had joined in. His live concurrent viewer count climbed to around 500,000, and at some point, the doc addresses the Twitch ban.
Why did you get banned? Guess what?
Let's do it. Let's do it, chat.
I really want you to look me in my eyes when I say this. We still have no idea. And I'm going to tell you this right now.
So you lied.
As far as I'm concerned.
So you did know.
We didn't do anything to warrant a ban.
He couldn't even lie properly to the chat. Because otherwise he would have taken the sunglasses off. He didn't. He even couldn't fake it.
A year later from being banned from the platform, well, you know, a lot of people think, hey, Doc, you did good. You're incredible. I listen, we've certainly tried to maximize
profits,
the most of what we have to work with. Okay. So our ultimate bigger building out of the umbrella and the Doc universe and everything.
Another term I very much like, universe. Everyone needs a universe. Everything needs to be in a universe. It's this cult mindset. Everything is a universe. And a cult. And a community. And I don't know.
You know what? One of the biggest draws for me with video games, you know, there's this level of intensity built within the narrative of the competition. And I think that's just so important in video games. And I feel like
marketing.
There's not enough doing that.
This was a stream in August 2021.
When it comes to wallpapers, why would you have your own face as your wallpaper? That makes you seem egoistical. If I think it's a streaming computer, so I think then it makes sense because you are only going to see the wallpaper when you are showing your desktop or something like that. So it is okay. But if your normal computer, your everyday computer, is also having a wallpaper of yourself, then it's kind of cringe.
Listen, in regards to NFTs, you don't have to have NFTs to play the game. It doesn't change your experience of the game once it releases, and it'll continue to be free to play. You can't buy your way to win. However, for those...
You should never, like...
Of you who want to get more involved, there are ways to do so involved.
So for every single project or a game that has ever tried to do anything with NFTs has been a complete failure. NFTs have no value. It's dumb. It makes no sense. That's it. There's nothing to add, nothing to say about NFTs. NFTs are a joke. Everyone who has invested in NFTs got scammed out of their money. Basically, NFTs are like hot potato. The last one who holds that, or like, you know, like a bomb, you know. The last one who keeps it is gonna lose. That's how it worked. People were making NFTs, selling them, and the last ones who kept them, they lost. Like 99.9% of the value has been lost. Because NFTs are worthless. There's no use case. There's nothing you can do. All the projects, like, hey, we're gonna have like virtual worlds and we are going to build and have this and we're gonna use NFTs. It's dumb. It makes no sense.
The chat's reaction was mixed when talking about non-fungible tokens mixed into the game, but the doc was seemingly sold on including them. Quote, imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the chain.
Never worked. The point is, value Always has to be random. If it's farmable, it will never get value. So that's why Counter-Strike skins are valuable. Because when you do get a random drop, you don't know what you're gonna get, right? You're gonna get either like a 3-cent skin, or sometimes you get this mega rare kind of skin that's like worth like $30 or $40, right? And the only reason why it has value is because it's a random item, right? It's basically like a slot machine. And because you can only obtain something in Counter-Strike 2 once a week you can gamble. And a random item, you can farm this once a week, maybe a very, very small chance for a rare. That's why it has value. That's why CS2 skins have value, because they're very rare and you can't farm that. Whenever something becomes farmable, it will not have any value. That's why Steam market doesn't work in many, like 99% of the games, the market doesn't work, because if you can grind something, there are going to be bots who are going to grind for that. Or there are going to be people from countries that basically have currencies that are worth so little that farming this actually makes sense. That's why like gold farming in games makes sense to many people, because in some countries, well, you know, China also the work hours are so inexpensive that even selling some gold for like $10 per package or whatever, it's gonna be worth more than, like, you know, the working hours. So that's why they can farm that and do that as like a full-fledged out company. And no individual player can really match that.
Although virtually every entertainer plays a character that is some variation of their natural self, it is hard to find anyone that does it more intensely than the Doc. And for that reason, any information about Guy Beam greatly affects how the character is viewed. And Guy's imperfection was more than a flaw. It was a potential crime that the elements of which were going to come out. Just not from Slasher, who teased heavily of it in the past.
For several months now,
yeah,
I've been told from credible sources the reason that Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from responding or telling anyone.
This guy we saw before, it was so cringe. Like, he already tweeted out that he can't disclose the information because of the legalities and whatever. And then he went to the podcast, and then he said the same thing, just with a camera on. That, yeah, I know why, but I'm not gonna tell because of the legal reasons. Like, that's just cringe. That's just like a way to, like, you tease everyone again. You already got hate from that, and now you do it again.
The combination of Slasher withholding this important information while simultaneously coming on live streams when the only value he held was through this information was infuriating to many. And that did take its toll.
I ruined my reputation and essentially my career because of this tweet, and that put me into extreme depression and was one of the most significant reasons I left the internet for basically 2.5 years, and I did not tweet.
That clip was Slasher reflecting on the backlash he received after the information about the Doc and his messaging a minor had come out.
My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago, and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why he said that?
Wait, what?
That's not it.
Well, try more.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA process now.
That's what I'm saying. What I heard in Rust.
Did he say that?
What you heard in Rust?
Am I not allowed to say what I heard in Rust?
While this does get the allegation correct, it was...
Jesus Christ, those YouTubers, those podcast people, they're so weird. They're so funky. They're like so cringe. I heard that someone did this from Rust. I played Rust and I heard that. How can you even say, like, you either know or you don't know? But if you say you heard something from Rust, like, hey, I played Counter-Strike and some Russian boy told me this, that's not credible information.
It did not compare to this tweet. Not from Slasher, but from Cody Connors, an ex-employee at Twitch, or rather, former head of partnerships of Twitch, that on June 21st...
See, this guy just came in...
The major reason no one wanted to come forward with the information was a fear of a lawsuit. But with Cody taking the brunt of the responsibility, several other people began backing Cody, including Slasher, though he did it rather cryptically. Bloomberg a few days later reported, quote, "The reason for his banishment from Twitch were never given, but 3 people with knowledge of the matter said Beam was removed because he exchanged explicit messages with a minor through the service's direct chat feature."
I still can't believe that Doc really did this. First of all, it's extremely dumb. Second of all, it's disgusting. And it's just so crazy that someone who like knows how this industry and how like everything works, you know, is taking risks to even like try something like that or do something like that. And this is the most insane thing regarding all of this, that he knows that stuff like that is insta ban, like you're insta cancelled, you know what I mean? And he already had the previous scandals like around similar subject, you know, not just with not with minors but with grown-ups, right? You know, cheating on the wife, you know. He already has been through cancellation of some sort, you know, and he actually managed to come back from that, which is actually very big deal, you know. It's very difficult to come back from a situation like that, but he did, mostly because of the wife was actually supporting and stayed regarding this you know. And he knows how YouTube works, he knows how streaming works, he knows how being an entertainer works, he knows all of this. Yet still, he was exchanging explicit messages with a minor. So not only did he have a conversation with some, he knew that they were actually a minor. And after finding out that they are a minor, he still continued to exchange creepy messages. Now, because he didn't actually do any time or like actually get some other like, you know, it was all like settled basically. He didn't actually meet up with anyone, you know? So he didn't apparently do anything like that. Okay. But he still actually messaged someone. Well, he didn't message, but I don't know how this worked. He had a conversation with someone who apparently like messaged him first, or I don't know who messaged who first. But it's still like, you know that they're like minor and you still like you can like you're like 40 or whatever. And you just like, you think it's okay to do it. It's crazy. A guy with this kind of reputation, like he risked it all and he lost it all just for this.
Though there was no comment from the doc through publications like these, he did comment on Jake Lucky's quote tweet of Cody Connor stating, quote, "Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract."
Yeah, like that's what I said, no wrongdoing was acknowledged. And that basically means he didn't meet up with anyone, so he didn't actually do anything physically with anyone. But he got caught by just texting someone, and that's already disgusting enough.
"I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday."
Yeah, I actually, you know, this history I kind of know, and you know, he just went in and like in all character, and so if you are basically like going in, saying like, oh shit, like, you know, who cares about this stuff, like on the character, he thinks it's okay. Who cares about this? Elden Ring Monday.
The dog sits in silence for nearly a minute, only breathing heavily within that time. He then starts calling out donations as a streamer would.
If you have allegations on you should take a break, wait like a month or two, and then come back with an actual response. I don't even know what's the play here, to be honest. I don't know what's the play here. I think you will need a very good PR team to figure out how to tackle this. This is crazy.
Like I'm actually tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. It's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up.
Oh, yeah, I remember. He said a planned vacation and then it was like a month-long break or something like that, or a few weeks. I don't remember exactly. I think it was like a month-long break. And then he actually said something in Twitter again. That's another thing that I don't really get. Like all those big streamers, like everyone is like trying to fix their shit through Twitter. I don't get it really. I don't really get it. It makes no sense to me. You are trying to fix your problems through Twitter. It's crazy. I don't even use Twitter. How will I fix my shit if I don't use Twitter? I don't know. Everyone is using Twitter. Yeah, you shouldn't be streaming during those times. You have to take some time off on the internet. Yeah, because when you are under fire, basically, you're under the scope, then whatever you say can be interpreted. Yes, English, whatever. You know what I mean. So when you have some like that, you should, like you said, you should have like know what you did, say what you did, like proper everything, proper PR, and you don't stream, you don't do any of that shit. Proper PR message, you do that, that's it, and then see what happens. Because like, yeah, right, like obviously he's like has a lot of stuff on his plate, emotionally very off, so it's very difficult to stream, to do anything and keep it normal.
On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we need to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. If they are willing to burn money to detach themselves from him, then the lesser involved sponsors would follow suit. Quote, Digiday has since reached out to Beam's other sponsors, Aces, Gillette, Mountain Dew, and San Francisco 49ers for their response and intentions regarding the situation. An internal representative of Mountain Dew confirmed to Digiday that the brand no longer works with Beam and hasn't in some time. Meanwhile, a 49ers spokesperson said, "We take these developments seriously and will not be working with him going forward."
Crazy, full cancellation, just like that. He did some dumb shit and it all blew up.
The doc, on June 25th, a day after detaching from Midnight Society, came back with a statement. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intention behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not.
And this is the crazy part, because so when he released this statement, he actually retracted that as well. So this part here, the yellow part, the answer is yes, he cut that off, like this yellow part. He cut this part off, and then he added it back in because edits are visible and all that, and everyone already saw that and screenshotted that. So he, you know, that statement basically was the final nail to the coffin, because he admitted that himself. First of all, why, it's just so sad. Like, why can't someone be so dumb? Like, why are you so stupid? You know what I mean? Why you have to be a creep? If he was texting anyone else, no one would care, you know? He was already 2-time champion. Everyone already knew about that. And, it's bad morale, you know? It's not illegal, it's not creepy, it's just very bad taste. It's just very bad taste, and that's not a subject for cancellation and getting banned, right? But, you know, this thing, like, you know, why minors? Why you do that? Even if there's no, like, even as a joke, you should know that. Well, this is all, like, this is PR, like, real intentions or not, like, you should know that if your name has any weight to it, you should never, even as a joke, you should never talk with a minor in this kind of manner. Never. You should avoid any conversation with minors, you know? Stay away from minors. When you're 40-year-old, you don't have anything to discuss with minors. You shouldn't do that. In private messages, like, what do you have, like, when you're like 40 or 30 or 25 or 20, or like, what do you have to say to a minor? Like, what are you talking about? Crazy shit.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more.
That's not okay. In the direction of being inappropriate, like, how do you find yourself in that situation? It's not okay.
Whether through anxiety, anger, or something similar, the doc fully admitted to talking inappropriately to a minor. Even without the messages or no criminal charges being brought forward, this acknowledgement is disturbing enough.
Yeah, he completely didn't think this through at all. He should have used like a PR team or whatever, you know, to have a proper statement and explaining. Like, the reason why this is so scuffed is like there's no details. Obviously, for legal reasons, there are no screenshots are being shared, but none of the chat logs are being shared. There's like no information what was being said. There's not enough information. All we know basically is that he talked with a minor, and that's it. Like, if you had a proper statement of what was said and how and why and so on and so forth, then maybe it would have been a different outcome. But right now we just know there were some creepy messages with a minor, you know. We don't know what the like inappropriate direction means, you know what I mean? We don't know if it's like if there were things said, like very obvious jokes or not, or whatever, like how things were said and so on. Like, it's not okay to talk with minors, especially inappropriately anyways, but maybe there would have been a difference when there was more information regarding this, you know what I mean? But right now we don't have any information. All we know is he's a creep, and that's about it.
The doc had become so untouchable that now even his streamer friends had come out against him.
What a creep. That's all I have to say.
He tried to reframe the character with a tweet that broke his month-long silence, one that shows he is playing chess and that his opposition is playing checkers. The reframing comes from his replies found below. Responding to a user that asked if he was playing with a minor in the photo, the doc responded, quote, "Good one, she, her. The internet will never fix your real threat, depression."
Yeah, just attacking. Yeah, that was very cringe. Like, this guy, like, you know, get off internet for good, you know? If you're trying to, like, fight this shit, like, you have done something so disgusting, you've been a creep, and now people are calling you out, so you think your image, you're kind of like, the disrespect character is gonna save you. It's just cringe, and it's just like, it's a joke.
The doc opens by talking about reapplying for his monetization on YouTube, and then delves into the previous lawsuit with Twitch and how Cody Connors avoided the confidentiality that came with the settlement.
Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me.
The doc harps on about Cody Connors and the semantics around what was said instead of adding any clarifications.
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do. And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone.
The main problem with all this is, he says he didn't. He just said, like, in the tweet that it went the wrong way, right? But he has no proof what he said or what he didn't say. You know what I mean?
Minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it.
And now he's saying, like, this was like, I remember this, and many people were actually covering this exact clip. He basically tries to say that he baited the journalists by using this word minor. Like, why will you do that to yourself? Are you dumb? Yeah, well, of course you are. You have done so many dumb things, of course you're dumb. You're socially very dumb. He took a month break, and then he is now trying to gaslight everyone and kind of use the diversion.
And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
This was a phenomenally poor start to the doc's defense, primarily because he had over a month to formulate this response with his team, and this is the best they can represent this situation.
Exactly, like, he just tries to use the diversion and just kind of gaslight, make it seem like a no issue, and now it's time to tell the truth, and how he was the journalists and so on and so forth. But that's not how it works. And he did it live, yeah, live. It's like, unless you're a trained professional, you should not do PR messages live. He has been handling this all very wrong.
Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And two, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM.
There's no proof. That's the main problem. There's no proof. Like, why should we believe you? There's no proof.
I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. I even used the word inappropriate, purposely.
Okay, really? Did you really now? You know what I mean? Did you really now use this to bait everyone, to trigger everyone? Why will you do that? Why will you do that to yourself? When the stakes are so high, you should do everything very professionally. You can't wing it, because the more you say, the more is going to be heard, you know? And if you are saying vague things, if you're saying some vague stuff, then people get more questions and they're going to overanalyze this. And like they are going to get even more information regarding this and like make up information about this. And they're like, that's not how you do it, you know?
I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
Well, that's the reason we don't know if it's a banter or what it is. And you don't have the receipts either, you know? If it actually was really just banter, like just very, very weird thing to do, but just banter. If you had the receipts and if it was nothing weird, why not show? Why not tell? It can be whatever. You said whatever. You already tweeted out that it was inappropriate with a minor. Now you're trying to say that it was not that inappropriate. It wasn't even a minor. Really? No proof.
Very little the doc is saying, it can be extrapolated that the messages were not graphic, but he does not deny that they were not of a sexual nature. But that nature is quote-unquote mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes. This is why the messages are where the mystery has moved on to.
But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't.
That's true, but you already said in your tweet that they were inappropriate.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. Unbelievable!
Very professional. Nicely handled. Scream into the mic, talk about some mumbo jumbo that might have been or might have not been. Excellent execution.
Diction of where the individual lived, which implies the state that they lived in has age of consent laws capped under 18, perhaps 17 or even 16.
So he's basically just playing the numbers game right now. It doesn't matter, to be honest. Legally it matters, but it's still creepy. Interesting play.
The legality is perhaps what the doc is relying on. One retelling of events can be that the doc messaged a human of legal age. Another retelling could be that the doc, a man now in his 40s who has a wife and a child, sometime in the past 5 years, sent messages of a sexual, non-explicit nature to someone who could have been a minimum of 16 years old.
Exactly. The last part exactly captures this. You know, even if it is like a legal age, alright, we play with the pointers and so on, you know. We are like, stretching the limits and shit like that. Alright, okay. In that, part of the country, alright, it's all like technically okay, like he tried to say, okay. But is it okay to do? No. You have a wife, you have kids, or kid, you're like 30 or 40 years old, and you are like doing this with a 16-year-old or 17-year-old. Even if it was an 18-year-old, it's still not okay. Or like 20-year-old, it's like you're a 40-year-old dude and you have wife and kids. Like, why would you do that? It's not okay. It's not okay anyway. It doesn't matter. It's still not okay. And that's the case right now with the cancellation. It's not morally okay. Because no legal action was taken against Doc. So, legally, it is okay anyways. Because no legal action was taken. He didn't meet up or whatever, whatever he tries to convey or say. Okay. But morally, it's still disturbing, creepy and not okay. And that's why he's getting cancelled.
In the response, the doc both failed to state the person's age and provide the messages, though viewers did try to get it out of him.
People want to show the message, release the messages, show the messages.
What are we in 2nd grade?
Still, there's no proof about what the messages were, how old the person was, so on, so on. There's not many, like, it's still wrong in either, well, however you look at this, but even to clean out the name or whatever, like, no proof. I guess it was pretty bad if he can't show the messages.
Did buy the doc's framing of events, many weren't happy with his defense.
And I understand that he feels the need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him. And I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that. But at the end of the day, you messaged a minor and it was inappropriate. For me, This is not about legality.
Things will not be absolved for the doc until there is clarity. Clarity in how old the person actually was. His dancing around facts did manage to convince some of his audience, but even so, his reputation is now tattered. The events sourced from around 2017 have slowly but progressively and painstakingly destroyed Guy's dreams. Every step of the way, he has tried to fight his sour reputation and tempered his ambitions. From his high popularity in terms of acceptance, he was the quote-unquote face of Twitch. He was inches away from developing a TV series around the doc, but that quickly died.
Yeah.
He settled on making a game, and that too, after years of commitment and work, was ripped away from his claws. He has been stripped and destroyed. It is unknown what his future entails, but it is certain that his previous goals, that were so close, so tangible, will now only remain in a haunting memory. Because the character Dr. Disrespect, along with his ambitions, have died.
Yeah, time to find another line of work, I guess. Yeah, John the King, awesome channel, I recommend. Yeah, so much good videos, like such good stuff. How is this channel doing live? Wait, 1 day ago, 3 days ago, Guy is still getting, you know, I can't even say Guy because it's his actual name. It's so funny. Guy is getting like 500,000, 400, 700,000 views. This guy is like still rocking hard on YouTube. But the lives are doing good. He still gets paid a lot. Like he still gets lots of donations. His fan base is really toxic, I guess. I'm very interested to see where this goes. Maybe if there's more information coming out, I can cover that as well. So, see you later, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate everyone.